Hello people, well here we go, we've got another stream coming your way today. And to start things off, here we go. So we've got another game of Final Fantasy VIII for you. Now I have been doing a few of the card games, but it's just literally to farm a bit of the starting levels a little bit further. So the next thing we're going to do is actually go against someone that I wanted to try and avoid, but not because I don't like playing them, just because I just don't like initiating the starting of a certain chain. And that's a particular woman in the Balam area, also known as the Card Queen. I'm just going to save it here. So other than what you've just seen, I've just been playing a few card games. I haven't done anything since my last stream. So yeah, what you're seeing is just exactly where we left off. If you have a look at the cards that we've gathered, we have gone after a few more. And initially it's all for just this ability. And there we go. So yeah, this is us carrying on. We are going to carry on with the story a little bit, but I just wanted to get a few of the particulars out of the way, and one of them was changing the rules for the card game tournament. A lot of people don't like the card game gather to help get you stronger, but there is an advantage to it at this point in the game. Now, other people's methods would have been things like level up to level 30, then you can start drawing some of the really high level abilities from Diablos, and you can get him as soon as you complete the seed mission and carry on that storyline. Now, I don't fancy doing an absolute ton of the farming, but here's one of the reasons. Look at that. Straight away, you can get a higher weapon for Squall now. And all we need is a few more of the items, and we can get even stronger weapons. Now, this is the one that you want to challenge. You want to challenge her, but you want to check. Then you say quit, and you just rinse and repeat this. Because you can try different. Different will help you get, however many you win by, you'll get a choice of that many cards. So if you play that one, all you then need to do is beat her. And there you go. She doesn't really have very strong cards, to be honest. But she's the one to look out for. She will change the rules in certain areas. So it's just watch what she's doing, because if she adds elemental to it, then you don't really have much to go off there. Yeah. Obviously she can't get everything. And that was probably the worst place she could have done. So yeah, there we go. Now we can start claiming 2 cards at a time, which will help us even better. So we can get that one, and things like that one. Because I won by 2 further cards. You can do that, and then she'll introduce that. Now the only other thing that you could do here is if she has the all trait. And you can get that from her. There you go. I recommend getting that trait, because then you shorten what you're trying to get by so much. You just take all the cards from the opponent, and they could have some really powerful cards, but the downside to it is if you lose all your cards as well. but the advantage is all you actually have to do is win by 1 and you get everything. So you look, technically I won by 2, but straight away I take everything. So that's what we're hoping to keep hold of. You then just walk away. What you want to then check is that other people are starting to use that rule. So if you come over here, not the guy, the girl. Play a card. There you go. Now people are starting to use the all trick. I'll instantly shorten your time in farming cards. A lot of the issues people have is it takes forever to farm these cards because you're having to go, but I want that card, but I really want that card. A lot of the players that you're going to come up against are going to have a lot of the cards you want. But if you only have one or different, the chances are you're not really going to get very many from them. You have all on the other hand, you're going to get all 5 cards from them each time you win. But the downside is, you really want to make sure you're playing safe and doing the save rule. At the moment with the cards that I've got, it's very rare that I'm going to lose, just because of the style that I play at. That is realistically what it goes at. Obviously when you get to higher levels and new rules and things like that, then it's more likely that I'm going to lose, but again, I'm only doing this for somewhat collection purposes, but I'm not planning on going very far with it. There we go. And then just to make sure that this is going, this is one of the really good ones that you can start at. You just need to make sure you get to roughly there in the location. There you go. They're all using all now because you've started spreading it around this area. And as I said, all you need to do now is play safe. You only need to do is win by 1 card. That's it. And as long as you've got a really high level card waiting in the ranks, you're going to win. Like that. I win everything. Which is going to take a lot less time now. And when I've said they have cards that they just keep reusing, this is a person that has a lot of the decent level cards you're going to be going after. They're transforming into items. This is the Doctor in the Infirmary, and she definitely has some of the really good level cards. She hasn't got a level 7 on that side, so that's fine. Because even if she would have took 1 back then, it wouldn't have made any difference. But as long as you save before you challenge in a new area, you're not going to really change the rules. So that's why you want to keep things as making sure you don't change the how you choose your cards, because you can get things like random sets and specific things like that. If you change how you choose your cards, you're going to have to card mod every other card that you don't want to start using, which means your collection is out the window without a doubt. You will not be able to hold onto a collection. That's just as simple as it goes. And the reason that I keep rinsing and repeating is because what I want to show you is some of the things that she actually has. There we go. So you see on the left hand side now, top of it, you've got the King and you got the Blitz, which usually you'd have to choose between. Now all I need to do is win and have them both, which is great at the end of the day. Doesn't have the blitz down yet. Yeah, I do recommend just rotating through the card queen to get the all one, because difference means you have to really play just to win more. This one is you just win one and you win them all. So it will really help. And for getting things like the wind magic and things like that, you got there the Thesterus or whatever it's called. And the armadillos are good for other magics. It's definitely a good way of starting to farm your magic and your items up. And then if you get lucky, they drop the Elenials or whatever you want to call them. And that's the one that you particularly want for the Lionheart, because that transforms into the energy crystal, which then can get synthesized into the pulse ammo, which is what you need for Lionheart. Admittedly, you don't need the Lionheart to beat the game, but I do recommend it because, first of all, it is a gorgeous looking weapon. Secondly, it does unlock Squall's limit. It just unlocks it completely. You don't need to go through the different stages, and you will get all of them. Feels like they're tempting me. I can't lose anything there, so that's fine. There we go. And I'm not going to lose anything no matter where I put it now, so I'm good. If I want to take one, I can just go there. That's strange. Seems like something's taxing on the internet tonight. Let's have a look. So all I did was a couple of games there. And there we go. And we get some Dino Bombs, which is a very good one. Sunberries for deaths. Wizard Stones for the Argos. Bombs, Blitz, Wendigo. Imps for Wizard Stones. Fast Ammo, Sunbreaking for the Chef's Knife. So there we go. If you want to go into the Magic Refinement now, you can have a look at what you've got stored up. There's Waters, Blizzards. Don't have any of those yet, but we can. That's what I mean. This is what doing this can start getting you. You will get more and more abilities as you go along. Now the only thing you need to pay attention to is what these are learning. Because there we go, we've got Fire Magic and Wind and Lightning. So it's a question of you can keep getting the abilities or the items for the abilities here. There's no doubt of that. But it's if she starts playing them more and more. The difficulty is finding the characters who are going to start playing some of the higher level cards. And we did work out how to keep this running in the background. It was just, for some reason that option was automatically ticked by default with me. I have no idea why. And on the side here, what we've got is our team. We have replaced one of the units with Furion, and we have leveled up this Rapier to a level 6-star unit. And Stetzer is not that far away. So we are just continuing to level them a little bit as we go through this. And occasionally you will see that they try and tempt you with the high level cards. Not really worth it though. Because now, what are you going to lose? Absolutely nothing. And you're going to take every card away. And all we're doing is auto. I think soon we're going to swap who we're playing against. And then see if we can get some better units going. Still will not be able to get a perfect game because they won't play it in the lower ones. Even though I am winning everything, I can't get the perfect game yet. No. You're not dropping any of the cards anymore. So now what you have to do is also go through your junctions, and you have to take everything off her and then rejunction Squall with them. That's if you want to go into the training ground and do things like this. So junction magic now. This time we do want a junction magic. And what you want to put there is Blizzara. You also want to make sure you save here, because the next thing we're going to go up against is going to be a strong enemy at this point in the game, which you can kind of overpower if you use the card mod ability to get certain cards transformed, but it is the character cards. Obviously, as they are quite strong, they will refine into very strong materials. So it's a matter of, do you want a short end to get strong, or would you like to get strong overall and then transform everything out? That's how I've seen it, really. Now, the last time we came here, we went to the left. Let's see if we're ready for what lies on the right hand side. Now, I don't really run too much further than this, because if you can't beat it, you want to be very close to the entrance, really. Okay, so it's not that. So what we want to do whilst we're here, we want to make sure we're helping our link with Quetzalcoatl. And as we haven't got boost yet, we don't really need to worry about that. We're just going to let the cutscene play and get along with this on the other side. So yeah, this is what I wanted the other day, because some of the cutscenes can be long-winded, so we wanted to be able to do things like this on the off. So what we're looking for is a T-Rex. Putting it bluntly. There he is. Now, easy way to survive this is go straight for Shiva. These things are weak against ice magic or any form of ice damage. And as you see, they will do an okay amount of damage if you haven't even leveled a little bit. But what you want to make sure is, if you use Shiva, then you should be okay. If you have Blizzarga, Blizzara, hopefully some form of the Blizzard junction to your elemental, you can use the attack. These things do have a decent amount of health though, and damage. If you keep doing that until you are worried about Shiva actually dying, it's not really going to affect what you're doing with her, other than helping Squall get more attuned with them. And on this one, we are just leveling up a little bit, going through the story mode. Just trying to get through it, really. I think we got one more attack for Shiva, and then we're going to see what we can do. Again, if you got summon magic, then it's going to be even stronger. That's one thing you do have to realise. Now what you could do at this point is also check if you can do things like this, because then you don't get experience but you still get the AP for it. Nope, it's still not weak enough. So it's just a matter of making sure you knock it down a couple of times, because if you think at this level Squall is around 15-ish, so they'll be around a similar level. There we go, first hit on Squall like that. But we still want to see if we're capable of just putting it through. Nope, still not. Now this is when he bites us again. So as you can see, it won't take a very many hits for it to knock us down. But look at that. We can do close to the damage that Shiva's doing, but he will hit us. At this point, we want to see if we can do it one more time. And I'm hoping it transforms into a card this time. Nope. I need to make sure I have a look at how much hit points they're going to have. Because these things, you can steal off them, you can... Right, there we go. So at this point you want to think that. So yeah, this is the problem that comes with it. That's why we saved before we went in. It's not really an issue for this. It's just, you can come to expect, if you're training against things like that, you can come to expect them. So like I said, we can have things like the magic and draw, scan and things like that can come off it. But yeah, the reason you'd want to transform them is for... Where is it? That large dinosaur bomb. They can be transformed into some decent power. Very, very good abilities. As I've said again, we're not quite there yet, so you can take the elemental junction off him, because as you saw, he wasn't quite ready for that damage. But leveling him up, he's going to definitely get there. Because now we can see how much damage he can do against one of these right off the bat. But you can see they get stronger, because previously that would have instantly one-shot one of them. And now you can see if it's even close to doing enough damage. Yep, so it was enough to do enough damage to transform them. That's kind of what we're aiming for. Not really leveling up too much, but getting the ability points for the Guardian Force. And from what I've been told, these ones can sometimes turn into, what was it? The dinosaurs? And I was in pure shock when I heard that. I was like, no way. Yeah, that'll be enough to kill it. So one shot is all it takes to get it to at least carding power. But we want to start getting the other refinements in. That's kind of where we're stuck with, because we can go through drawing things, all the rest of it, but you can do so much better with the refinements. It's not a matter now of farming for the cards. We can do that. It's just I want to get the AP for the refinement abilities. I'm still going to wait and see if that can be turned into a dino or something like that, because I'm very lacking in believing that one, but it's just because the Gratz is such a troll monster. It could easily be possible, because again, like I said in the last stream for this game, they're the only ones that degeneration doesn't work on. Well, they're not the only ones, but they're like the first thing that you go up against, and degeneration doesn't work on them. It's ultimate troll. How close are these two with the refinement? Oh yeah, one more battle there, and one more battle there. Fantastic. After that, it's Siren with her life magic refine, which we can get during the next mission, so the seed mission, or the seed test, whatever it is. This one, we're just going to go straight in with Quetzalcoatl. And as you can see, we have almost got to another 5,000. We did use 2,000 of them to buy one of those bundles just because I wanted the leveling up materials and the metal gigantars, and we weren't going to really be using them because I don't think we're doing another summon until possibly the next one. I don't know, I've had a look at it, I'm not too keen on them. So we're going to see what we can get next because we have got the next tier coming out soon. That could be something to look towards. I don't know yet, we'll see. Well, I say tier, the next chapter coming soon. I don't know what that all will bring, but hopefully it'll bring something fun. I know that we get new story units, so, well, story units that are pullable, rather. We're not really going to need that one. Yeah, we want summon magic for him next. For him, we can go straight for the strength upgrade. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to go for. So we have lightning and wind magic. Don't go to the normal ones, you go straight to these. So Thundergers, Tornadoes, Arrows, Thundaras. So straight away to 80 and straight away to 40. And then if you have a look again, just go bypass them. There's Fire and there's Fire. So you can just bypass half of those really easily without even a thought on what to do with it. And then if you go into your junction magics, look at that tornado. It really does help things. So his strength is instantly up to that standard, and you can't really go wrong with that to start him with. But I'm probably guessing we might be to the point of one-shotting all these creatures, so we may go back down. We'll see. But leveling up everyone else won't be a difficulty once we've got the GFs to that level as well. What we're going to do now is check if his Gunblade is going to allow us to one-shot them or not without the trigger first. So that's without the trigger. And with the trigger? Yeah, doing 5,000 now. Without the trigger. Oh, we can still card that one. I think it's luck based on that one, to see if we will need to. Oh, wow. Wow. We just got a very rare card that I didn't know we could get. I thought it was dinos that you could get from that one. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, so that's the one that we got. Another really decent card. I want to see what that one transforms into, actually. Shumi Tribe. You can get Gambler's Spirit from them. That's not a bad one to go for. So there we go. And next we need to make sure this is going to wind me up if I don't sort it. Yo. Can Quistis use her curative magic here? No. And that's equipped. I might as well just head a little bit back. Because we might continue with the story now that we've got at least the junctions and the refinements. Head towards getting Siren, and then we can really get our act together, so to speak. So save it just in case. Always remember, save is your friend. Save is so your friend. Oh. Oh, so I've challenged enough people for it to crack that up. They do have some very powerful cards. I wonder if it would be worth seeing if we can hunt them down a bit. Because I'm not sure what we have to do for those. So gonna have to have a look. Let's have a look. Apparently, it's only available from them. Yeah, it's not available yet, it's just that's obviously telling us about it. Yeah, that's definitely going to be worth it for farming abilities, but by the time we get to that, is it really going to be worth it? So, Balan Garden becomes mobile, so we have to wait a little bit further in. No! She only has the one. That means we're going to have to go back. Or do we just reset? I think we should just reset. Yeah, we're just going to reset it and come back. Because we press save. I don't want to have that happen because it's a lot of going back and forth and I can't really be bothered with that. But at least we know as soon as Balan Garden becomes mobile, we're good. So all we need to do is check that we've got the Shumi Tribe card. Yep, and we're good. So then to continue, we just head to the dormitories. Get out of his outfit and into his uniform. They're talking about the seed exam that's happening and how many people have possibly failed the written exam. So this is when we begin this part. It's a semi cutscene. You do have to like have some form of interaction. Intelligent. Lively, he's just loud. Can I not switch members? No. I think the music matches as well, actually. Yeah, we know what his are. It's an input command. Running your business. And that Sifa just happens to be the squad leader. Which, let's see, how many times has he actually failed this thing? So it's, why would they appoint him as the squad leader? Hates it when the people wish him luck. Saves the words of the bad students who need them. And then she goes, good luck, Sifa. And those bits that you can see come up is like Squall's inner monologue. And then we have the headmaster. He's just basically doing the thing of, I hope everyone does well and does everyone proud. He's just literally doing the good luck speech at the start of the exam, realistically. That's what that is. I'll do that. Show me your gunblade. Come on. Please. Fine. She just likes picking on him or teasing him. I'm not sure which one it is, really. Fuck that, it's annoying. Chicken was. What did you call me? Was there a girl in the infirmary this one? Was someone there? I didn't notice anybody. Is that a problem? No, not really. Ah, this is great. I have a chicken wuss and a guy who's just reached puberty in my squad. Can tell that everyone loves Sifa, there we go. Okay, so forward is S, X is back, and Z is to get off. And what you want to do is remember your driving abilities sometimes affect your mark as a seed later on. Which, it's also your decisions and what you do in fights and what you do get to missions, things like that. There we go. What's this? And Zhao, is it? Zhu. I probably butcher these names so badly. He's just explaining what we have to do. It's the idea of we're a defensive squad in the city of Golop. But Sifa doesn't want to stick to the plan, so yeah, that's kind of what happens. We start doing the plan, but he doesn't want to stick to it because he just doesn't want to. That's as simple as that goes. And in there it's a G army, which is Galbadian army. Sure, anyone who watches this should know the story by now anyway. See, he doesn't like it. He says it sounds boring. The little dirty work. Hardly needs to be said, but the order to withdraw takes priority. Do not forget it. That comes in important later. In this one you can ask a range of questions, but they don't do anything for the story. Do nothing, will be like this. Alright, Roger. Go outside. Alright. And then he goes, good, because it's my order. And then here we go, we have a cutscene. So yeah, even in its time, this was still a fun little game. And the graphics weren't that bad either. So you get thrown straight into the fire. It's kind of like, you start with a cutscene, it becomes more of an interactive scenery, so to speak anyway. So Yeah, this is where we begin the seed trials mission, or whatever it's called. And what you can do here is you can really help your seed rank go up and up and up by certain fights, doing them almost perfectly and ideally. Now, I never really equip Sifa because he's not that important. He disappears in a bit anyway. So you're better off just not equipping him. But if you want to, you can take off. I'd recommend Ifrit to Zell. You keep all the Shiva later. Then you just go to Zell. There we go. Equip him with Ifrit. And you want draw, PF, and magic, because he's not really going to be doing much else. And if we want to give him basic magics, we can, because we have got all these. What I'm thinking is possibly how many ice magic things do we have, and how many lightning magic things do we have. We need to help my character heal up a little bit before we go into these fights. Also, my character. Good. Just checking that we couldn't equip that. And depending on who you talk to and things like that, depends on what rank you get for this. But we are going to do a little trick which is really going to help our rank. The mechanical spider thing, you can beat it and truly beat it down, then it's not even going to be a slight problem. Now, a lot of people have trouble with Sifa's gunblade, well, the trigger for it anyway, as it looks. He wields his differently. So it's a matter of you just need to get the timing right. Now there are things inside some of these, so it's just getting the right ones. And for this starting bit, it's just get towards the first bit that you have to get to. Look out, it's seed! So there's squirrels, seepers. It's not the simplest thing to get off. You do have to just wait for him to do that charge up and then the fire after it. Show your faces, don't leave me hanging now. Yeah, he runs off. We check around. No, has that changed? I'm not sure. There we go. Like you said, you just wait for him to do that ability where it looks like he's going to do that, and then you pull the trigger. So he's just going to hold it, and when you instant notice is going to move, you just pull the trigger, and that's all you look for. And to scout the area for enemies. Look, there's an enemy! You see that 2 attacks, one from Zal and one from Sifa, is taking him out compared to this from Squall. He's annihilating them. This is not really an option for them to keep going. But Kotal will get his ability soon on what we're doing. And the only thing you need to do now is just have a look around and then stand by. How boring. And you just wait for a sound to start, really. One second. There we go. He doesn't like the dog, clearly. He's not a clever soldier. He's definitely a foot soldier type thing on this one. Oh, look at that glitch there. There we go, and you just wait. Can't take it anymore, is this some kind of dog training? And then you just watch. They're just heading to that building. And Zal's just like, oh, come on, agree. And he goes, I stand by the captain's decision. The captain's decision? You just want to wreak some havoc too, don't you? Good opportunity to test out my training. Thanks to you, I feel like I can take anyone. Even if they fight dirty like you. You'll thank me for when the time comes. But you two didn't get along now, how are you so buddy-buddy? He was like, it's not a normal battle, this is an exam. And stay here, I don't need any Boy Scouts. And again, it's pointless keeping Sifa equipped with anything, because shortly after this he does one anyway. And the unit that you get to replace him is going to be one of your first units that you keep hold of anyway. You want to make sure you talk to some of these, because one of them in particular, further up I think, does give it a bit of information that would help you towards sort of information gathering materials, things like that. But it should help your rank. But what this does do is the tutorial on whoever does the last damage determines where the experience goes the most. And let's be fair here, we're not going to save it for Sifa. We're just going to take it out. But I think we're going to try our best. Card it. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. Ah, that one can sometimes become a rare card. I don't know which one it is, but I have seen it happen once. Look at that, he was worried about the experience points. We didn't get any. Come on. He's getting there. You want to use and abuse the time, because soon there will be a timer to come up. And you're going to want Quetzalcoatl to have as much damage potential as possible. Yeah, this is when you're pretty much going to lose him as a unit anyway. Telling your dream. What, you have a dream? You too, don't you? Pass on the subject. Zell just keeps getting left out. Then we get introduced to our next character, Selfie, who is one of the most clumsiest girls you'll ever meet. See, that was a little bit of a thing from, if you showed her around in the first part, she thanks you for it there, and that. That's the plan. Are you serious? All it does is just get you down there quicker. But this is when you take off. See, if I lose Quetzalcoatl, then I lose the swiftness of it on him. But if I lose that, then I lose his strength. So what we're going to do now is junction Selfie with Quetzalcoatl and pray to God that she's quick at learning how to summon him. because looking at it, he's not got too much longer to go. And what you want to do now is just make sure you get the abilities, really. So easy enough. What you could just do now is go through like that. The more that you use them, the more attuned they become with them. It's really just that simple. And it's a good job. I'm hoping Diamond Dust doesn't take out the Anaconda, because I really want the Anaconda to be taken out by Selfie at this point. There we go. There we go, we got Quetzalcoatl out. So much better. But yeah, all you need to do is run a little bit back and forth, make sure you get those abilities. I would highly recommend the Summoning Magic for Quetzalcoatl. You can just rinse and repeat that one. I don't know if there's a glitch on that, if you can keep putting up your seed rank and making one of the decisions. It'd be worth it looking into at the very least. As long as you don't run up to the door, it doesn't continue. I thought he's all the way at the side. What's that he's got? Thunders. Again, having Renzokuken ready is another great one, having his strength up so high. And then here we go. This is Squall's Limit Breaker. All you need to do is make sure you hit the trigger at the right point. And we've got Fated Circle already. If we go to Zell, because he hasn't got any, exchange all. Go and quest this. Now we can use the curative magics that he's got. I know I said about having that, but we have got a couple of fights before the spider, so it's not too bad. We can just purposely let it hit us down and things like that. I don't think they can be turned into cards, so it's not too much of a worry there. That's the airship part coming on here. The industrial city of Demanga. Yeah, this is what we're doing for this. We're just letting it kind of farm up the lapis a bit. Because even if we get to 5,000, I don't think we're going to be doing the summoning again. Because we have got all but the general, and we have to get a 5-star base to get a general. So I don't think that's happening somehow. You have to be ridiculously lucky or like doing whale summons and things like that. And we're really not. Maybe if something happens where we get XY subscribers and have an income from this, then it might be an idea to start doing the whale level summons, or at least the dolphin summons, things like that. But we'll see. We can't see the future, so it's a matter of what there is to come. Believe it or not, the Selfie, the girl there, has access to the most powerful magic in the game. And she has access to it from this point. You just have to spam her limit, really. Come on. Can't be much longer. Yeah, one more fight. Summoning magic by 10% obviously helps a lot. And what you can do in these next couple of fights is you can get some of the really long-winded abilities going. And I do recommend, as soon as you get her, Junction Siren. Because there's the spider machine thing that you're going to go up against. You can fight him over and over again as long as you've got this time and as long as you can get to a certain point with him. And it's when it's been like knocked down and isn't getting back up, you need to make sure you've done a decent amount of damage to it and then go. Because if you run after that, you're going to get really good AP from it. So what we could do here is do the boost thing, or we could go for the summoning magic. And the boost thing is okay, I just don't know if it'll work well on the PC. Because I haven't been able to work out all the controls yet, because I did try and link it up with my controller, but it just kept disconnecting it, and I just really couldn't be bothered going back and forth with it. So I think we are just going to stick to the summoning magic part of it, and she's going to get that after one fight, and he's going to get that in a couple of fights. So we can continue now. Do keep in mind, once you come back out of this tower, you are on a time limit. So whilst we're here, lightning, there we go. Thunders, arrows. Right, so we can get Thundarga up to there, which I'm not really going to complain with. Got anything else that can drop with Thunder? Not right now. So once you've carried on with the story, don't draw. You ever want to put that one right now? So you go to save. What I'd recommend doing is, if you feel comfortable, carry on with the game. It's not too difficult to keep doing it, and to be fair, with Squall leveled as he is, you're going to be fine. If you want to get some more abilities, you can just run back and forth and get that. It's just, you keep pushing just to get the next abilities, but again, that's 70 ability points. You could have got that in the garden, but we wanted to carry on for people. What I might do is, after we've got them and like leveled up quite a few bits, we could start leveling with Diablo, because after Siren it is going to be Diablo, and we are going to make sure we level up a little bit before we fight him, because we want abilities like magics from him, which are going to be very, very good. Actually, have we done our daily summon? I don't know. I don't think I have. No, I haven't. Let's do our summons. Might as well get the daily one out of the way. Could be worse. Now, do we want to use any summon tickets that we've got? Because we've got 2 hanging on. I don't really like... Yeah, let's use the summon tickets here, because it's not the worst units, and the next one I'm not too keen on, so I might have either keeping hold of an absolute ton of tickets, or just seeing what we can get. Oh, he sucks. And we got Sarah, so not too bad. You've got to love Biggs and Wedge, especially in this game. They don't give up. But you want to make sure you are prepared to draw in this fight. You have to have draw ready. Not for Biggs and Wedge, what comes out after them. If you have a look at Biggs and Wedge, they don't really have anything amazing. What you do is just send Squall into the attack. And that should trigger the next bit. No. Oh, you can take a bit more damage. That should trigger it at the very least. There we go. No pay for this month. Could have stayed at home. After that, what I want to do then is target him. You want to check if any of them have anything you'll want. Cure would be okay, but we can get better. You go straight for Wedge. So, now as soon as you've done enough damage to them, something else is going to come. There we go. So they get blown off the tower completely. And then he shows up. Now, Zell and Selfie are going to outright attack him. They're not going to do nearly enough damage to it though. That's not a problem. And then what we want to do is draw from him. The first thing you want is to get Siren. Because that isn't a magic, that's your next Esper, or your next summon. So with these ones, you just want to completely powerhouse him out. After you've got hold of Siren, you just want to completely trounce him down. So we've got 7 summons on this one. See what we get. I want to see what kind of damage it does against this at the moment, because obviously we're going to be using this as a benchmark for the next one. Hooray! And Biggs, see? Biggs and Wedge. And Shiki, nice. 455, that's not the worst it could have been. There we go, Storm Breath. You could level yourself to the point where you can't do any damage pretty much. Do you? Do over, do over, do over, do over, do over, do over. This is what I'm talking about. You just literally go through it. Problem is, no, cast it. That'll actually work really well. So they each get haste. Selfie decides, no, I'm not going to give haste to myself. Like, you know, stupid. But okay, but both of them two do have haste, which makes it all the more fun. And you saw things like Aura, the Argas, Full Cure, Full Life, things like that. They're all in her spellbook from that point. There we go. And that's him completely out of it. That's not the boss fight of this area. That's kind of the mini boss. Keep in mind when you get this point, leaving this building is going to put you on a timer, and you only have that amount of time to get off it. Cottages, due returner, weapons, monthly march, and then 18. And Siren. Make sure you draw Siren there. But the next thing to do is to equip her, because you want her to learn the Life Refine ability. There you go, that's where the time limit gives us. 30 minutes. When you start seeing that, run. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. So now you want to make sure you just junction that new GF and put something on there. Doesn't right now really matter what. We haven't got death touch, so that's fine. Okay, and then go to the GF and change what she's learning. See that? All those are good. You want that one though. Then next, you just want to head down. Straight away. They're the first things that you want to do at this point, because as soon as you do that, it's going to take a little bit of time off you to do this. So all he's doing is those little twerps. Now go and destroy them. He's summoning the giant spider, basically. The giant mechanical spider. Now, it isn't going to waste much time, but I recommend saving. One. Come on. Yeah. Their attacks aren't that bad. Obviously you can get them up so much higher than this, but it's a matter of what do you fancy doing really. Boom. Boom. Come on. And that's why I'm going to save it on a new save. Because obviously this is where the timer begins. And here it comes. This first fight is a good one to test what you are going to be able to do to it. So there you go. The main attacker here is Quetzalcoatl. And you want to see how quickly you can get that down. So it reminds me of Velvor. You don't want to take too much time. You want to make sure you've got enough time to get through, because this thing will come up at certain points unless you outright kill it. And personally, you want to let it keep regenerating, because you can get like 50 AP per fight as long as you let it get to that point and you've done enough damage to it. I think the damage marker is around 4,000 or something like that. So it's not too bad. So we've got roughly 1,000 there, and then comes out with Quetzalcoatl. This is our main hitter, and the more times we beat this thing, the stronger he's going to get. Let's see. Oh, so there it is. So when we get boost, it's J to unlock the boost ability. That's fine, now I know. Right, so he's gonna try and fall. Now, I don't know if we did enough damage, but we'll find out now. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. No, you didn't do enough damage the first time round. So that's what you want to work on. So we need that magic. and you don't want to be taking your time. This is where you could start farming 50 AP per fight. Come on, just hit us, hit us, hit us. Quetzalcoatl's going to be your main hitter, so you want to hit him with that. The other ones, you just want to hit him. Just to save time, really. As you can see, he's doing more than enough damage there. If that's Thundara or Thunder or Thunderga, we're good. But I think that'll protect. Yeah, so. That sucks with magic, by the way. So that's nearly 1.5. And you still haven't done enough damage. This is when you want to start doing a lot more damage to him. I think you want to get to around 4,000. So when he's dropped down, if you can do enough damage here, then that's when you run. Because I think this damage is going to force him to get back up, and then next time you knock him down, you run. So after Quetzalcoatl, if he's still down, that's when you want to run. After the second Quetzalcoatl. Roughly for me anyway. It's going to be a lot stronger next time around if we get the AP that we wanted. You think this is Quetzalcoatl upped by 10%, then he's going to go up by another 20% once we've leveled that ability up. Should be enough to bring him back to his feet by force, and then there we go. And then he does his Ray Bomb ability, which isn't going to affect us anyway, because as soon as Siren has that life junction, not even a trouble. Next we want to make sure Quetzalcoatl's coming down much more than when we do Squall's next attack. These two. We want to have that attack off, and then that attack off, and then Quetzalcoatl straight away. Oh, really? You just had to stall us a bit? But this should knock him down, and then you flee. You can kill this thing. Don't underestimate that. You can kill this thing. And you do get a lot of seed ranks for that. But I think you can take a test to get your seed ranks as well. That should knock it right back down to its knees. There we go. Let's get the hell out of here. You escape. That should have been enough damage. Yep, there you go. Straight away. Look at all those abilities. But you can't go onto your menu. Now, this one, you will learn abilities after it. That's a given. But now, Quetzalcoatl's even stronger. It should take less of a doing as well. So straight away Quetzalcoatl, attack and attack. You want to get him knocked down as quick as possible, then back up and then down again. That's the easiest way I can explain this fight to you. Knock him down, pick him back up, knock him down, run. How's that arm crush? Because it eats you. Only difference is this takes forever to get through. Obviously, if you had things like Thunderer and that, it'd be a lot easier. But if you've got Quetzalcoatl, you want to use him because he gets stronger. There's just no denying that fact. There you go. Nearly 2,000 a hit now. He's going to drop, and then we're going to attack him and attack him and attack him, and then things like that. As you get to the third one, he is likely going to be able to kill him. And don't forget, we've still got those refines and things like that to come. So this should force him back up on his feet. If not, it's going to kill him. That's the easiest way to start. If he doesn't get back up, he's going to blow up. And yeah, that's not a lot of AP, but it's more than what we would have got otherwise. Think about it that way around. There we go. Again, Quetzalcoatl will knock him back down, and then you run. As you can see, every time we summon, Quetzalcoatl's getting there faster and faster and faster, but it's taking less time, which is always good. There we go. Now you just run. And we should have that pretty amount of AP once again. Now this one, now you can go. You don't want to mess around with getting things like that, you just want to keep him there. With her, I'd recommend learning your junctions, really. Because you're not really going to use Shiva for much more other than that. And the same with him. You want to learn the junctions. You can learn the elemental defense or the strength. I'd recommend the strength actually at this point. And with her, tool and status medicine. And the only thing I'm going to change on the junctions is going to be Squall with his abilities. No. Zell? Quickly. The more time you take on this, the worse it gets. So, yeah. You can beat him. That's not up for debate. You can beat him. It's just, if you want to, it's going to take a little bit of prep, but it's not impossible. As you can see, Zell should start doing a bit more damage, and Quetzalcoatl is going to do so much more after, well, the final fight with him. If we get to it, Quetzalcoatl is definitely going to be our major damage. This is such a rubbish camera position. Now you don't need to kill it, you can outrun the thing. So there is that option. You just wanted to get through, farm the AP and sprint, then do it. Just make sure you give yourself enough time. Again, another reason I saved it prior to this. That'll knock him on his ass. Nope, still not enough damage. Come on. Just look at that. We barely even get the next attack off in between that summon. So, yeah, it's definitely getting faster. There we go, and as soon as we can get that summon off, we're going to be good. And then heals are definitely needed. You want to make sure you get to the bridge though, and still have 10 minutes because you need to run. Don't forget you need to get through the part that you did, and he's going to turn up at certain parts. Again, when you're starting to feel like you're running out of time, you can just use Quetzalcoatl, knock him down, run. You don't need to farm for the AP at that point. And go. But yeah, after you beat him like that, you can't enter this. So you need to make sure you're doing it quick. And that's the problem with doing this. You don't have an awful lot of time. So after that, I'd recommend your Vitality and Spirits. Really? For Shiva? He's learning that, and she already learned that next ability. So after that, might as well learn that. So with this one, we're not looking to wait for him. We're not looking for that. We want to get to the bridge. So we'll just bypass that area. And now he's going to be running close behind us, but we don't want that fight. We want this next fight where we're running into him. This is pretty much where I would say the first trigger that you can just blow him up. You can openly blow the thing up here. I've done that many times at this point. Come on. Just do your attack. Because I want to set all these off simultaneously. As you can see, Quetzalcoatl's getting faster, but he's not quite as fast as those two are. Which works out fine, really. As you can see, 10 minutes, we're on the bridge. We're still within our time limit. If you think it's taken 20 minutes to get to this part, you need to be thinking about your time. A lot of people are liking Pirate Jakes. And again, he's not a difficult unit to level up if you've got him. Zell, I purposely think that's like a trick more than anything. Ooh, now this is nice and juicy. Again, I don't think it's going to be enough to kill him. If we are going to kill him, it's going to be in the next fight after Quetzalcoatl gets his next power up. But if we do kill him, I'm not going to complain. It's just a matter of, do we take the time to do it in the next one? Because once you get to the car area, that's when it becomes a cutscene and you can't fight him anymore. There we go, should be getting back up. And then Quetzalcoatl's going to knock him right back down and we're going to run. Flipsy daisy! But if you think, this is, so far if we would have done it the first time around, I think it'd have been around 200 to 250 AP just from this little piece here. So it's definitely worth farming. That's why I wanted to get at least a little bit of strength before the... After that, it's just getting more and more power after that, because we've got most of the refinements in the early stages, and it's just, what do we do after that? Now, I still recommend running at this point. If you do get the next fight, glory, go for it. If you think you can do it in time. It is going to be pushing the time limit, but you are here. This is where the bit is going to count. So here we go. You could go for things like the boost to help you out. That wouldn't have been a bad idea. Where are we? Here we go. Now, for me, I'd say I want that as quickly as possible, and as we've only realistically got one fight left in us, this is where we're going to try for it. This is going to tell us if we can beat him. If not, we're just going to make a run for it. But it is going to be the power of Quetzalcoatl. We could kind of use and abuse the limits, but I don't think it's going to be needed. Well, if it is, it'll be great. But we're going to see what Quetzalcoatl can do. Because we did just get him up by another 30% on top of what he's previously got. So if it's a stacking one, that's even better. If it's a one that just goes totals, that's a 60% buff overall. So you can't really complain with that. 2,000 straight away. So we're going to see what happens if we start knocking him down with that. Now the next attack is definitely going to be Zell to Squall. If we can beat him now, we are going to do the combo of Quetzalcoatl and Renzakuken, just for the pure damage output. Again, 5 minutes, we're still okay. You want to get out of here before it hits that last 2-minute marker, because it's getting through the cutscene. You can get on the boat and think, oh damn, I've got on the boat, but it's still not enough time. No, we're not going to risk it. It is a very close call here, but if we would have like spammed a few more abilities, getting a few more power, we would have been fine. Because like I said, this is the bit that you kind of have to get through. You just have to run. And it's an unskippable thing, so you do have to get through it. And boom! I'm going to break for a wall. But you see, you could technically beat the thing, and you wouldn't get this cutscene. That's as easy as that is. But it's not necessary. You would get a higher seed rank, there's no doubt about that. But what we did instead is got a lot of AP early. Do you have anything to enhance you with? Yeah, we do. And there we go. I don't think we've got any extra ones. Nope. Yeah, he only has to go to 4 more levels and then we can awaken him. As long as we got the mats. Yeah, we got plenty of them. We started getting quite a few more of them as we went along. And for awakening him, plenty. So we will be able to awaken all our team, not a worry. And that is roughly a good team for a set, for all being potentially 6 stars. And Furion is one of those weapon masters types, so he can just keep going. So now, this is when you can have a look at what you earned. So we go to abilities. Look at all those nice ones now. Life magic. Tense. You got Kyrigas. Regens, deaths, zombies, deaths. Go there. Healing water cure and cottages, we don't need them. If you go to that saw blade, there we go. The reason I did that is to junction magic right there. You have Death Touch now. So you can freeze and Death Touch, and you've got a stronger vitality rate. So, see that? All the better for just learning those abilities. And those three still haven't got any magic, really. The Squall is literally walking around a Death Touch. And that is realistically what we want at this point. I don't think he can play cards yet, can he? No, my wife is very strict. See, do we have anything enough to replace? The Morning Star, there we go. and Slane's tail. So if we have a look how far that Morning Star goes. So it's a little bit of a strength buff. Again there, a little bit of a buff. And that's without even doing anything but card games. I do know there's one. I wonder if we can challenge her right now. If we can, we're just going to save it. No. But when we come back, we should be able to. Because she has the Zell card, which is the one that we want next. In the shop. No, that's just for the car rental. The reason that we're going to put Death Touch on him is with the 100% chance. It's not a guaranteed hit all the time, but obviously with 100% on Death Touch, you've got something like that more likely going to happen. So the amount of power he has isn't always a necessity. Which also means we can then level up all that we need to before, and so and the T-Rexes can be spotted in this one little area here as well. And when you level up, you want to keep checking these things, because as you get stronger, so do the monsters. And with that, their abilities get more powerful as well. You just want to look out for that. So that lasts until halfway through this. That's not too bad. I'm primarily looking forward to the next one at this point. Kind of rushed it, I think. Wonder if we're going to be capable of getting through the next part now, with a few more level ups and a change of units as well. Let's have a look. It might be worth having a look at. Just to get through it, all we'd be doing it for would be literally getting all that done and things like that. And then magic and use 4 items or less. Okay, let's see if we can do it. We want our strongest abilities. So it's a toss up between that one, and that one. Because these are very good. We have healers, so I think we're going to go and take so toss up between these two now, and I've just noticed that one has Bahamut. We're going to run with Bahamut. And so it starts with those who want to be knights. So is that going to be Laswell and Rain? Oh, yep. Oh, wow. We're going to abuse that. So we put the protection up straight away. Look at that. Two-shotted. and it does give a decent chunk of that. Large dino bones, but it's 10 AP a kill. Can't knock that. That's why I wanted to do it before, but it's not always a guarantee. That's kind of the downside. Don't really need the Doom ability if we've got Death. But yeah. So if we go to him and his abilities, now he's going to be harder to kill. So, current batches accept full Knights candidates. This group will be under my supervision. Yes, ma'am, I look forward to your instruction. To think that we're being tested by the beautiful twin-blade general. He's been sung like leather in a poet Roy. The last one, don't be rude to the instructor, Lawrence. Watch your words. Being able to chatter like old friends. However, let's see if your relationship still lasts after the same trial. So they had to get through her trials to become a knight. That's quite interesting. Right, that's the one we're heading towards. You can get things like this very early, then as you level up, you're going to get an extra bonus. So Zell's gonna get very strong very quickly there. Then they have to get through the Inferno Hollow without anyone dying. As I said, Death Touch doesn't always work, but when it does, it's such a trigger move. So the aim that we want to get to at this point is get to roughly around level 30. That's why I'm kind of farming. It will make all the creatures that we're going to be going up against stronger, but that's not a bad thing. We'll be stronger, so there's kind of the countermand. But we're going to be that much stronger by the time that we're done with this. Magic, no items. That's good luck. Job we didn't choose the spellcaster to come with us. Right, so wow. So we just auto on that next one. That thing hits hard. But so does she. I think the only change I make to my grouping afterwards is I swap out Selfie for Rinoa. Again, Rinoa has got a few secret abilities, so she is worthwhile having. You need to like level up her magic more than anything. She's like your support group though. Well, can't really complain with that. And if that's how often her limit pops up, I'm not going to complain. Gotta love that move. Got to love that move. Just like, boom, headshot. And it still helps level up your summons as well. That bomb does not want to die. Oh, that hurt. Can't use it. And we don't have life, do we? We'll have to wait a turn. Right. That bomb can take a beating. Wow. Wow, that bomb sure dishes out the damage. That continues, and we need to deal wind damage 3 more times. Don't know if we've got that, so it's just going to be a matter of... Oh, we don't have Phoenix Downs. Oh, we're going to have to heal. Going to be all it is, we have to wield heal. I've lost one of our healers. He's our main healer as well, which is the problem. Just do that instead. There we go, straight heals. Even wheel summons. I'm gonna go Kiriga and then Butter. Even if it means we're wielding magics and summons and things like that, if we can get through it, I'm just going to be impressed that we got through it. More than ever. Don't want to waste any of our abilities that we don't need to on a turn. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, that's under 2 dead. Speed. Boom, boom, boom. I swear, these things are ridiculous in power. Get through it, it's going to be impressive. They're definitely at a level that we're not supposed to be at. Which, to be fair, we've got 3 battles. Each one of them's got a decent chunk of them. But we can continue through it. We have got the lapis, so it might say no continues on some of them, so I don't know. We have got the lapis, and I know we're not going to be using it for the 5k summons this time around. Possibly next time around either. We'll have a look. I know getting through the next one, if this one's going to be a struggle, the next one's going to be. It's basic mechanics. We're definitely going to be relying on the, when it's a 1 fight, definitely going to be relying on Agrius. I think that's what sometimes it can do. Thing just isn't nice. Okay, so well, control them. We'll use limit, limit, limit. That's nothing. Go. Okay, it's not too bad actually. There's been worse fights. Uh, hey, still enough. We're slowly losing them, but we have still got Bahamut, and we have got continues. So as long as we don't have to like wield a ridiculous amount of them, I think we're okay. What? That's going to be interesting, making sure we memorize those. And then there's these. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're so dead. So we've got these two sets to go through. No continues. Yeah, we're going to do 2 or more limits anyway. But it's continues. We're probably going to have a continue on this one. We open with Bahamut, we'll probably have him back before long. That's not a bad opening strategy there. Tent. There we go. Makes everything so much better. Okay. Open with Mega Flare. I haven't actually seen this. That is awesome. Cut that one off. At least one of them is going to have a lot more extra damage on them. Okay, that's not bad, that's not bad. That's 2 fights down. We got her limit there for 2 or more. This is where it's going to start being kind of difficult. See, if it wasn't for just like only that being the multi-attack, we could be okay. Survivable. We've got another one. So it's a good job I kept the limits on, because we can just use 2 limits in this next one. Hopefully get us through it completely. Alright, all 3 limits. Let's go for it. Limit this up. Actually, can we... Yeah, full break on you, and then limit it up. Because that way at least we do extra damage. Still wasn't enough. Damn. We open next time with... That should be okay. Oh, I still want to keep that, and I can't use Gariga. Right, so got that, and that. We don't need continues, we can beat them without it. Okay, there we go. We got through it without continues yet. We're down to 2, and we are definitely using the friend unit. But it does mean that I'm doing it without having issues. Well, without needing to continue yet, and this is getting to the last part, which I'm expecting to use a continue anyway, but we should be able to fire through with a good Bahamut start. So, and that doesn't say, so 4 items or less and defeat the red roper with magic. We may miss the summon tickets, I don't know. But we're definitely going to fly in there with this Bahamut straight away, because we are going to get our summon back. If we continue, we are going to instantly get our summon back, and that's going to be Bahamut again. Because if we time it, we could kind of cheese the thing. Let's have a look. I should just wipe them all out. So that gets us through one of them straight away. And now we're just either farming up to see how much damage she can do on her own. How long she can last. We got the limit there. Okay, that's 2 down. Still haven't needed to continue yet. And she's almost got her limit again. And Agrias has got her limit. So we have got a possible stop there. Okay. Oh, that's not bad. That's actually quite good. We've got a stop on them, not on the red element though. And we've got a limit there. And there's Bahamut. Okay, and there's our last unit down. We're going to come in with the Mega Flare, and then we've got her limit after that. So we do a decent amount of damage after that. This will take us straight through to the 4th fight, which is still, I think, quite an impressive feat, because there is no way I should be ready for this yet. Okay, and we want to target the red element and see what we can do. Because we know these are going to eventually knock us out. Just how many times we can get that limit off before we do. And how many times we can charge up Bahamut. Okay, so we've taken out those, and we almost have a limit again. Okay, it's not seeming impossible. Admittedly, I'm using a very strong friend unit, and I'm very thankful for these Tyrans. But who doesn't use a strong friend unit if they have it? Who really wouldn't? Okay, flying straight away with that. That regen ability, she's not doing too bad. I don't think I'm going to get the magic. I'm sorry if you heard that, that was my shoulder. So my limit's definitely coming. Have we got another summon coming? No, but we've got a summon coming after the limit, I think. Because you usually need specials to get that off, so... Oh, and we're... Oh! Could it be? We have Bahamut on the final fight. And summon magic doesn't count as magic, does it? Well, let's just see what it can do. Okay, that was a quarter of his hit points. Okay. we are going to use the 100 because we've got to the final fight anyway. And then we can just absolutely thrash with everything. We're going to go all out. The first one who's going to use his is Loving Heart. Straight away. Then we're going to come out with the Mega Flare. That, we're not going to use hers straight away, we're going to full break. Now we're going to Wild Rose it. And then that. So yeah. Ouch. It's completely wiping my units though. Ace Sword. That. And Limit. Damn. This thing can hit. Okay, and now we're back down to her. But this time she has power. And this time this thing's been debuffed as well. Ooh. May need to use another 100. I'm not giving up though. We've got to the final fight. We might as well use it. Even if it's a matter of cheesing it with a friend unit and abusing the lapis that we've made. Why not? When we've got it to spare, we don't need to use it for anything at this point in time. So yeah. We're going to get that back because we're barely into the story. And you get 100 lapis for completing a story and for leveling up as well. So that's not too bad. We're going to break you again. And then we're going to go very mad with these. 1, 2, 3. Now, I don't think Espers count as magic, so I don't think we're going to get that. But we got through it. That's how I see it, we got through it. Might not have been as cheap, it might not have been as simple, yeah. But we still got that blind resistance as well. And we get to see that next part of the story. Twin Blade Majesty. Okay. So the start of this was get through the trial and become knights. That's what they were doing. And so we've kind of dragged them kicking and screaming through. Try not to lose sight of me. Amazing heat. Become still as strong as ever. When you get hold of a shot, I think you're going to turn out just like that. You say something? Wimp. Stop fighting, you're wasting precious energy. Brain's right, we've got to cooperate and keep moving. Give us any more than that? Or do we actually have to do the next bit to get the last bit of the story? Come on. No, I wanted to see it. Oh, I don't think we've got the units for it. I think you need a full team of them. It'll be amazing if I could get through it, but I don't think I could. I think I might have reached my limit on this one. but even so, that's 13k, and the unit experience is fantastic. The rank experience was great, so we've just got how much we spent back from it, so we didn't lose anything. We didn't really gain too much, but we didn't lose anything. That's how I see it. And there we go. This is what we gained. We got some pure crest and giant crest and blind resistance. And then from the battles we got these. Again, not bad. But I somehow don't think we're getting through that one. That one is definitely going to be too much of a test for now. I want to see if we've got any abilities that we can awaken now with what we just got. So we want to check her first. Nope, but we're not too bad. We don't have his abilities yet that we can awaken. Nope. What do you need for that one? Oh, that's not too bad. That's Alcrests. That's not what we're after. We want the next ones. Yeah, that's okay for now. Particularly, I think her. Okay, we haven't picked it up because it's in the mail. Yeah. That was I like the story. That was impressive. The fact that we got through it way before than we should have done. I did like doing that. We managed to get our mission clear and the blind resistance, so even better. So we just delete those red messages. Right, and now I'm going to go back to here because that was just painful to do. So yeah, we're up to the final part of the Guardian of Order. I don't think we're going to get through it with the team that we've got. It's going to be far too difficult, and it's going to push us. Even if we have an OP friend unit, it's going to be difficult. Unless we've got like the beyond OP. But we haven't got the level 7s yet, so... obviously the 7 stars are going to break that entirely. But I don't think we're going to get them until next year sometime. So on 8 as well, what we've just got through is the seed trial. So we've got units that are about to become seeds, and we've got a few more bits to go through for the story, and then we can go and get Diablos. But I think, again, I want to get to roughly around level 30 before we go for Diablos, because that's when he gets some really good abilities that you can draw from him. And the easiest way to do things for Diablos is get Demi. Just always have Demi. If you draw cast Demi or Gravity or anything like that, he will cast Uraga on you, which will roughly be an instant heal at this point. And having Death assigned after you get Siren, great ability. Because Life Magic, yeah, you just use the card refine that you've got to get something like Tomberries and things like that. Chef Knife becomes 30 deaths. All you need is 90 and then I think whatever it is, the Mesmerari Blade or something like that, Sword Blade. And there you go. There's 100 death and 100%. If it hits, 100% chance for it to actually use it. It's just a matter of if this status effect actually hits. I'm tempted to give it a go because we got through it with only needing 200 lapis at the end there. It's not too far-fetched, but I don't know who we've got left for that one. Have a look. If we've got another friend unit with a very strong unit and a really good summon, I think it's possible. At the bottom, no continues, we won't get the Trust Meagle. And defeat with an Esper, if they've got a strong unit, possibly. But these ones, you see, if the Trust Moogle wasn't no continues, that would be probably more viable for me. I definitely won't be able to get that Trust Moogle without it. And to clear all the stages, it's only that. Admittedly, I do want to get the story out for you, but I don't think I can get it just yet. Which is really upsetting, because getting all the way to the end and not being able to get that bit of the story for you, I'm really disappointed in that. Taking out T-Rex R. There we go. Why was he learning GFHP? It's not too bad, but why was he learning that? Vitality. And bonus. And double status defense junction. So yeah, we did the trick of getting 50 AP per time we fought that mechanical spider thing. That definitely gave us a nice boost. And then you get 10 AP every time you kill one of the dinos. So now that we're at that point, let's see. We've got Chamber of the Fallen that we could go through. Because officially speaking, we have beat that. Have we beaten you? No, so it is a possibility we could go for you. Let's have a look. We need very strong units. Let's go with Earth. So we have got that there. Let's give it a go. So let's see. Are we going to be able to cheese this and get whatever's at the end of it? Because it's just a matter of clearing it. At this point, it doesn't matter what you get, just a matter of clearing it. So let's go for getting rid of this one first. Protector, I don't know if that is even going to help us slightly. MP regeneration, because I think that drains it. Just for the chain ability. He can't really do much at the moment. So, what we want then is full speed blade blitz. And we want to do that. Damn, that thing can take a hit. Oh, at least she did. That's a good sign. And we want to do that to you. And recovery oil there. Damn it! Got it to 50%, which is where I thought I'd get it to be honest, but 50 is not bad. 50 is not bad. And the other one that I was thinking is the Dino with Ultima. That I can't use a friend unit for, and I don't know if my team is ready for that, but we can give it a go, because that's not going to cost us anything. And what it will give us is a nice piece of equipment. Which is just over here. There we go, you disintegrate presence here, will you press on? Yes, we will. Why not? Probably should junction Zal if we've got strength junction on him now as well. So we've got Brachiosaur. First thing we're going to do is break him, that's a given. That's loading. We'll break. that. And no limit. Automatic flash. Blade bash. Fence. Well, at least no one actually got poisoned that time round. Let's go. Because it should be low, yeah, so that's good. We can do that now to help us all. Don't have any damage on us. I don't think that works, so no. It's not impossible. It's seeming doable. Look. He has got and he's got our healing going. And then recovery over time. And I suppose gamble attack. That's not bad. Even with a critical, it didn't do too bad. It's just when it gets to things that I'll do ultimate and things like that. Full break again to keep that going. Make sure our health is buffed up from everything. So, got him down by 15%. I know that's not a lot for a lot of people, but that's still a good sign. That's what I'm saying, it's a good sign. And Zoom strikes. 3 attacks is better than nothing. It back up. Gamble attack. So you can whittle it down, but the problem is when it gets that 50% marker. We're going to protect get again. Blade bash. Groundwork. And gamble attack. Because this is with a lower level team that I'm trying to get this on. See how low the team can be before you can get it quite well. Blade Blitz. Now we've got Groundwork again. Gambler's attack. This time get another cure just to make sure we're over that threshold area. Now we need to break him again. That break has just run off. Recovery oil. He's lost all. Okay. So we'll do that, that, and that. The next one you're doing is fresh the MP. And we go protect. Blade bash. Again. So repeat that one. That way when we go into it, hopefully we've got a little bit more protection from us. Obviously it won't protect us from magic. So it's very limited to what we can do. Blade Blitz. Blade bash. We've got Curing Geth. And auto it. Come on. This probably will take us. Is it going to take us below it? No, so this is definitely when he's going to throw it all at us. And looking at us. What have we got? So we boost defense and things like that. He's still broken, so now it's just a matter of if we can survive this next attack, then we should be okay. If not, then we're buggered. Easy enough to say. So we want everyone tops off. Boom. Nope. There we go. So this is where he comes out with the Ultima, or he should do. Oh. No, it's next turn. So would it be worth defending with everyone, I think? Definitely. Yorian definitely. It's these two that have the potential to survive it, but we want to make sure. Oh, let's just do that. Them two then. Just to make sure that it's broken, and we can. See. We're getting close. My hit points are fine, so I don't want to use that one. And Alien, yeah, you can do it. Okay, there we go. He's not done Ultima, so we might have bypassed it. That's going to be something good. If we have bypassed Ultima, that's going to be very good. So just to be sure, we're going to Kuriga. No, we don't need to. Blade Blitz, Blade Bash. Alright, MP. 85%. Generate HP. Boom. Yeah, he's resistant to the Joker's death anyway. So it's a good job we did it that way, because I was open for anything. So now we need to break him again. Straight away. And groundwork. Now he's below the 30 marker. That's good. But I want to keep everyone's protection up. I don't have a lot of protection, but we definitely need to keep it running. Her limit still hasn't been touched yet, which is amazing, really. What? Defend. Watch the words. Okay, we're good. It's Blade Blitz. Delete that. Blade Bash. Yeah, you two can defend. You three can do that. Okay. That's a lot of damage. We're still standing. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. And it's still broken, so we can keep going for a short time. Do with the heal, so we just go for a cure again. Even though it's more than we need to, it's better. Go. Blade Blitz. Nope, not Blade Blitz, we need to break you. Blade Bash. And Groundwork. And then you can cure again. And you two can attack. Okay, we're on the last 6%. And he hasn't used it. And now we should just be able to go ham on him. He's already broken. Nope, not Blade Blitzing anymore. Okay. Gamble attack. That should. Yes! And we got him! And this is with a team of. See, we got 3 level 6s, but only one of them is maxed out, and she still isn't that good equipped. A level 5 and a level 4 that isn't even maxed out levels yet. So, what equipment do we get from that? Killer Bow. That's actually okay, but I don't know if anyone can really use it. I put Furion might be able to actually, so that'll be a nice swap out for him. Have a look. Menu. Furion equipment. Got the Killer Bow out. And then give Setzer Enhancer. That way everyone's got a stronger attack. There we go. Yeah, that's not bad actually. Everyone's got stronger than what they would have. That's good. And now we're gonna go back because this Moogle's gonna talk to us. There's something new there again. And I am not touching it. Yep. That time I'm not going back there. But we did what I wanted. So it didn't cost us anything extra. And we got a new weapon. And once we get someone else or a different weapon for Furion, he doesn't really need the Killer Bow because his killer effects are going to be really, really OP. Anyway, so that's how I see it. So I think that was a good start. We've got it at a good point here. I'm quite happy with it. So what are we going to get from it? Nice. Because on here I still don't think we're going to get these. We still need 9 more and we will not have. We have no guarantee of getting that one. But we might as well keep going because it's leveling up our units for nothing. Nothing but about a bit of cash. That's 2 of those to get it by another 20% roughly, so yeah, not going to complain with that. I think this is where we can safely call it for the night. Actually, it's not bad. Definitely not bad at all. We've beaten the next mission for this game. So we go to the comms tower, and then we've also beaten a lot of stuff on Brave Exvius tonight. We got a further mission that I didn't even think we'd get to be honest. So that's a definite positive. When we went through the Guardian of Order, we've got 1 set of missions left. That one right there, and I still don't think we're ready for it. if by some miracle we can get through it without using a continue on the last boss, and we work out how, I will go through it just for the fact of the last story, and that'll give us a bonus trust Moogle as well. So thank you very much for anyone who joined in. Thank you for your continued support. I do hope you like the content that I'm bringing out. Do keep coming back. If there's going to be any extra streams, I do keep you up to date on my Twitter pages. Do follow on there if you want to find out anything that's coming. All my YouTube videos now are linked with here, so all my videos that I'm doing streaming are going to be online roughly, I'd say maybe an hour or two after I've done the stream. So after an hour or two I've ended it, they will be on YouTube. So if you want that, all my information is below. Do go and have a look at it, and if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll be able to see them there. Like the videos and keep coming back, and I can't wait to see you next time. This is Summer01. I'll catch you next.